Raider Nation, drop everything you're doing right now. What I'm about to tell you is going to send shockwaves through every single Raiders fan from coast to coast. We're not talking about minor tweaks or small adjustments. We're talking about a complete transformation of this organization that's happening as we speak. You think you've seen roster moves before? You think you know what aggressive front office management looks like? Think again! Because what Mark Davis, Pete Carroll, and this entire organization just pulled off in the span of 24 hours is the kind of chess moving that separates championship contenders from pretenders. We've got quarterback drama that nobody saw coming. We've got our offensive weapons room getting a massive upgrade with a familiar face. And we've got a young defensive star who's either about to explode into stardom or become the biggest what-if story in recent Raiders history. But here's what's got me absolutely fired up, Raider Nation. While other teams are sitting around making safe, boring moves, our organization is making the kind of bold decisions that win championships. While other franchises play it safe, we're out here reshaping the entire roster with moves that have NFL analysts scratching their heads and opposing coaches losing sleep. Smash that like button if you're ready for the most insane roster breakdown you've ever heard. Drop a comment and let me know you're riding with these moves. And if you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out on the most explosive Raiders content on the planet. You think our quarterback room was set? You think Pete Carroll was done making moves? You have no idea what's about to hit you. Because the move we just made at the most important position in football is going to change everything about how we approach this season. Hold up, Raider Nation! The Cleveland Browns just handed us a gift, and his name is Kenny Pickett. That's right, we just traded for the former first-round pick to back up Geno Smith, and this move is genius on so many levels, your head's going to spin. Here's how this went down. Cleveland had a quarterback room more crowded than a Black Friday sale, and they needed to make moves before the roster deadline. Joe Flacco got named their starter. They're keeping rookies Dylan Gabriel and Shadur Sanders to develop, and Kenny Pickett became the odd man out. But Pete Carroll and our front office, they were ready. They swooped in and grabbed Pickett for just a 2026 fifth-round pick. A fifth-round pick for a former first-round quarterback who's only 27 years old. We needed some insurance behind Geno Smith. And with Aiden O'Connell dealing with a broken wrist that's going to sideline him for 6 to 8 weeks, this move makes perfect sense. Kenny Pickett brings 4,165 NFL passing yards and legitimate starting experience to our quarterback room. And think about this for a second. Raider Nation. Pickett was a starter in Pittsburgh for 2 seasons. He went through the growing pains. He learned from his mistakes, and now he's coming to Las Vegas with something to prove. He's been traded 3 times in 2 years, from Pittsburgh to Philadelphia to Cleveland to us. And you know he's hungry to show the world what he can really do. The man helped Philadelphia win a Super Bowl as their backup last season. 291 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and just 1 interception when called upon. That's the kind of reliable production you want from your backup quarterback. And here's the beautiful part. Geno Smith is still our undisputed starter. This move doesn't threaten his position at all. At 34 years old, Smith threw for 420 yards and 21 touchdowns last season and remains one of the most efficient passers in the league. But now, if something happens, we don't have to panic. We've got Kenny Pickett ready to step in and keep this championship. Run going! But if you think that quarterback move was aggressive, wait until you hear about the explosive addition we just made to our receiving core that's gonna have opposing defenses absolutely terrified. Raider Nation, are you sitting down? Because Amari Cooper is coming home. That's right, the man who started his NFL career in silver and black is back where he belongs, and this reunion is about to set the entire league on fire. Cooper just signed a 1-year, $3.5 million deal with up to $6 million in incentives. And the timing of this move is perfect. Just hours after Jacoby Myers requested that trade we talked about, our front office moved lightning fast to bring back one of the most reliable receivers in NFL history. Listen to these numbers, Raider Nation. Amari Cooper has over 10,000 career receiving yards and 64 touchdowns. He's a 5-time Pro Bowler who knows exactly what it takes to succeed in this organization. From 2015 to 2018, Cooper was our guy, posting 2 1,000-yard seasons and showing the world what Raider excellence looks like. Sure, he had a down year in 2024 with just 547 yards between Cleveland and Buffalo, but you know what? Cooper has bounced back from adversity before. In 2023, he had made including 50 yards and proved he's still got elite talent. Sometimes a change of scenery is all a player needs, and coming back to where it all started, that's going to unlock something special in Amari Cooper. And here's the genius of this move. Cooper remained a free agent through the entire offseason. While other teams were sleeping, we got one of the best route runners in the NFL for a bargain price. He turned 31 in June, so he's still got multiple productive years left, and now he gets to play alongside Geno Smith, Brock Bowers, and potentially Jacoby Myers in an offense that's going to be absolutely explosive. Think about what opposing defenses are going to face now. Bowers at tight end is already one of the best receiving threats in the league. If Myers stays, that's over 1,000 yards of production from last season. Add Cooper's veteran savvy and red zone presence, and Geno Smith is going to have more weapons than he knows what to do with. Trey Tucker might see his role reduced slightly, but that's what happens when you upgrade your talent. The rookies and younger players will have to earn their time, but having Amari Cooper back in Raider Nation colors is going to make this offense must-see television. But hold on to your jerseys, because the most critical story might be happening on the other side of the ball, where a young defensive star is facing the most important season of his entire career. Raider Nation, this is where legends are made or careers die. Tyree Wilson, our 2023 first-round pick, 7th overall selection, is facing the most crucial season of his young career, and what happens next could define the future of our past. Rush for the next decade. Let's be real with each other. Wilson has been disappointing since we drafted him from Texas Tech. In 2 seasons, he's got just 4 career starts and 8 sacks. For a top 10 pick, those numbers simply aren't good. Enough! The front office is watching, the coaches are evaluating, and if Tyree Wilson doesn't take a massive step forward this season, they likely won't exercise his 5th-year option. But here's where it gets interesting, Raider Nation. Wilson had a solid preseason and flashed during training camp. More importantly, he's publicly said he feels the most comfortable he's ever felt in the NFL going into this season. Sometimes it takes time for pass rushers to develop, and year 3 could be when everything clicks for Tyree Wilson. Think about the pressure he's facing. This is make or break time. He knows the organization invested a top 10 pick in him. He knows Raider Nation is watching and waiting for him to become the dominant pass rusher we all hoped he'd be when we drafted him. The tools are there. He's got the size, the athleticism, and the coaching from Pete Carroll's defensive system. If Wilson can put it all together, if he can become that consistent, reliable pass rusher we need, it changes everything about our defense. We're talking about the difference between being good and being great. This is the year where Tyree Wilson either silences all the doubters and proves he belongs in the silver and black, or he becomes another cautionary tale about high draft picks that didn't pan out. With Patrick Graham now coaching from the sidelines, with new defensive schemes being implemented, with the entire organization expecting more production, Wilson has every opportunity to succeed. And here's what I believe, Raider Nation. Sometimes players just need time to develop. Sometimes it takes 3 years for everything to click. Tyree Wilson has all the physical tools, and if he can match that with improved technique and consistency, he could become the pass rushing threat that takes our defense to the next level. Smash that like button if you believe Tyree Wilson is going to break out this season. Drop a comment and tell me if you think this is his year or if we need to start looking elsewhere. And subscribe, because we're going to be following every single snap of Wilson's season. This is what makes being part of Raider Nation so incredible. We don't just cheer when things are easy. We support our players through the grind, through the development, through the pressure. Whether it's Kenny Pickett proving he deserves another shot, Amari Cooper showing he's still got elite talent, or Tyree Wilson finally reaching his potential, this season is going to be about proving doubters wrong. Are you ready to witness history? Raider Nation? Are you ready to see what happens when an organization makes bold moves and backs them up with championship level execution? Just win, baby.